taller than anything you've ever... The real world tree takes root in magma, grows out of a mountain, and is taller than anything you've ever seen. As a matter of fact, it reaches out of the atmosphere. In short, it's outside of this world.
Outside of this world?
The world that we know is nothing but a small part of a much bigger world. A chosen few, from select times and places, left records of their travels to the other side. Get it? The thing that I want is always the same. It's always something that I don't have.
I hear the stories of the mother tree that reaches into space and somehow was destroyed. But what if it was more than just that one tree? You are a giant. Wouldn't this look like a tree stump to you? How about this? Oh yes, it was more than one. There was a forest of them. Now you and I are giants, and we come back to this planet 1,000 years after we cut their giant trees. The tiny humans even created cities on some of these stumps, totally unaware that they are just mites on a stump in someone's backyard. The trees on this stump is like the giant's equivalent to moss, right? Remember, this is a fantasy. I don't think this is what happened. Just ride with me. We decided to take a stroll around the planet for old time's sake and look at what used to be trees. Doesn't it look like a tree stump that was mutilated by an axe? I mean, look at the slash marks in it. So I'm looking at this thinking, if they had axes to cut these giant trees, that they would need some type of metal. Where would they get the material to make the metal for the axe? So I'm assuming they had to dig a quarry, and the biggest quarry I know, I'm assuming it's a quarry after hearing stories, is from the Grand Canyon. How crazy is that? I'm looking at this tree, I'm thinking the Grand Canyon, and it is in the Grand Canyon. Yo, the Grand Canyon was a forest of giant trees. This was after the trees was cut and petrified. Now we seeing why they finding evidence of Egyptian artifacts in the Grand Canyon. They was digging in there, or I'm assuming that they was the one digging in there, but what were they digging for? Look at this. Look at all of this. All that chewing. All this chewing is not the whole Grand Canyon, just some parts of it. What was they chewing for? What did they use? Metal or lasers? Lasers should be easy. I just look for holes in the Grand Canyon. Maybe they made a mistake because the giants may have had space